My group presentation is on feminism. This is to enlighten you on what feminists are and what feminism is. Feminism is basically women's fighting for the right to be equal on the grounds of economic terms, political and social. They just want to have equality with men, just simply be equal. First thing I want to say is that when people think of feminists, they usually think of two things: women and women's with attitudes. That's the two things they think about. It's always a negative connotation of the word feminist. So hopefully today I'll be able to debunk that idea out of your head. There are 5 main issues that feminists are fighting to get some type of ground, some type of equality with men on, and let's just say recognition, things that should be recognized and looked at. The first one would be the division of domestic labor. That's pretty much self-explanatory. The second one would be the media. If you've ever seen the video Killing Us Softly, it basically talks about how women are almost dehumanized up in the media, how they're used as sex objects and how they're looked at as just domestic housewives and things of that nature, something that is inferior to men. The third would be the glass ceiling. This is basically the tip top of a woman's ambition, the ceiling of a woman's ambition in a workplace. This is where she can't get no further. They won't allow it. That's what the glass ceiling is. The fourth is social inequality. And the fifth is violence against women. These are all pretty much self-explanatory, but they're very, very big topics that women fight every day in order to get some type of recognition and ask for justice. Because a lot of these issues are not being taken seriously, for lack of a better word. Things are just not being taken seriously as far as violence against women. You can see that in the rape culture. You can see that in the hookup culture. These are things that influences violence to women. The rape culture is simply something that's almost, I would want to say, acknowledged and accepted at the same time, but also subconsciously oblivious, if that makes any sense. I know it's a contradiction, but ultimately people know what's going on, but they act as if they don't know what's going on. But it definitely is happening. There are some people out there that simply are followers. They simply go and they march and they agree with the movement, that they have no idea of the cause or why they're marching or fighting in the first place. They're just empty mind marching to a leader. And these people also make it very difficult for true feminists, true believers, to get their point across. Because when you go and you question and you ask one of these individuals that are simply just marching for the sake of marching, and you ask them a question they don't know the answer to, they make up an answer on the fly, and they come off as ignorant, foolish, or simply stupid. And this backfires on true feminists. So I ask you, please, if you don't know the flavor of the Kool-Aid, don't drink it.
Hi, sir, I'm just wondering what your sign means.
It means that, consent is the ultimate thing, with regards to sex. If there isn't consent, then...
It says your kink is your consent.
In honesty, I didn't make the sign.
I'm just wondering why you're here today.
I kind of want to just know why you're here today. Like, I understand a little bit of where... No, I don't understand where you're coming from, but have you ever been raped?
That's a pretty upfront question.
Yeah, it's an upfront rally.
I don't see why that's a relevant question.
Because I feel like if you haven't, you can't take a stand against it.
But you guys are marching against rape culture, not against rape.
I do think it is a culture, because if it wasn't, it wouldn't be okay for groups of guys to catcall at women, or groups of guys to, I don't know, I'm tired of being gestured at and leered at and done this to, you know? If it wasn't a culture, why is it ingrained that it's okay for men to do that?
Okay, so I've heard that argument before, that catcalling is a symptom of a rape culture, right? But wouldn't you say that is trivializing rape to compare catcalling to rape?
I don't think it's trivializing, because
What's up with everybody and their opinions? I mean, every time I wear this jacket, people say things like, is it really that cold? Or, aren't you hot? I mean, they make assumptions based off the way I'm dressed. I know what the weather is. I mean, just because I have on this jacket doesn't mean I want attention, because I don't. I'm against attention. I hate it. I despise it. And I vote yes for PETA. I have plenty of friends in PETA. Plenty. And they all think I'm courageous, because they know how difficult it is to walk around in fur. Why do you think they protect animals and they're so, rally for the animals? Why do you think that? Because they feel sorry for them. Because they're always hot. They're always hot. Not anymore.
So why are you here today at Slutwalk? Because I'm a feminist and I support women's rights. Anybody that fears a slut walk is ignorant. And I think that anybody that fears rape too much, I mean, sometimes rape, excuse me, go away.
The point I'm trying to make is this. You have people claiming to be feminists and going to feminist rallies, acting and dressing, behaving a certain kind of way that completely contradicts the feminist belief. You have women that dress in business attire, normal casual clothes, that are getting harassed, sexually harassed, or assaulted, or just names being thrown out at them, when they don't deserve it. And those are women that need to be at these feminist rallies. These are women that are actually getting harassed for no reason, simply because they're a woman. And then you have, on the opposite side of the spectrum, women walking around half naked, or just pretty much hardly any clothes at all, saying that they're getting catcalls and they suffer from the same thing that these women walking around respectable are suffering from. And they don't deserve to get treated that way. Well, when you see these type of things on media, then you correlate those negative images with feminism. And this is part of the problem. And I hope that we can solve it.